Hey there, Kara. So you made one of the best decisions of your entire life, and that is to be interested in the guitar. The guitar is an extension of the love of music that you already have. So the first basics of learning the guitar is rhythm. You have to have rhythm. You have to be in tune with rhythm. So when you're listening to a song that you really like, and you hear that beat, the first thing to pay attention to is that constant count, that constant beat. You never hear a song go like that. So whenever you're listening to any music that your mom's playing or whatever, the very first part of learning music in your first musical lesson is to be attentive and start training and teaching your mind to thump and to click on that constant beat, usually the bass drum or the snare drum. Because without rhythm, it doesn't exist. You'll never hear music, like that. So another tool that can be used to form rhythm is called a metronome. A metronome is an instrument, or these days, an app on the phone that will show you and give you a constant beat, like click, 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 and you can actually download it on your tablet or the computer or whatever, and you can set the metronome to slow, to fast, to anything. So the guitar is an instrument, it's an extension of your love for music. When you're sad, you can release it. When you're happy, you can release it. When you're feeling angry, you can release it too. So I'm going to show you right now a couple exercises and the very basics of becoming a guitar player. And at first they're not fun and they might even hurt, but they're mandatory, and if you stick to it, if you will just do it a little bit at a time, you'll be amazed at the growth in your guitar playing and a love for the instrument. So let's look at the lessons right now. Okay, so this, of course, is the guitar instrument. This is called the fretboard on here, because this long board holds these frets, these silver or gold pieces, and the silver and gold pieces of frets are what causes the notes to go higher. I'm sure you already know that. Now in music, there are 7 basic notes, and they're really super easy to remember. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's the very basis of the musical keys. Now what we're going to do is, right now we're not even going to worry about the left hand, because like I said before, the whole basic part of music is rhythm. You have to have rhythm first before you can do anything. Alright, so we're going to look at the 6 strings in the guitar, starting at the highest or the thickest, fattest string, going down to the bottom. Now again, remember that your rhythm is the most important thing. And so a lot of musicians will use their foot, they will tap it like I'll use my hand too, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't see, but I'm tapping my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to have that constant count. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to work on in the guitar is we're going to forget these 5 strings. We're just going to worry about the big top and the big fat one. We're going to concentrate on getting a constant rhythm just on that string. And the picking, there's different kinds of picking you can do. You'll get into all that later. But the first picking we're going to deal with is just what's called a downstroke. It's just, see what I'm doing there? I'm just picking down. Okay, so the very first thing we want to do is we want to have that pick in our fingers, hold it to where it's comfortable, where it's not going to slip out. And you're going to just take that pick and rest it right on that string. And just push down. Alright? Now, it might take you a while to work up to a 4 count, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're going to do is we're just going to worry about getting any type of constant rhythm picking on that string, like You hear that constant rhythm? And what you're doing is you're getting your hand and your coordination and your eye used to just picking that one string. So at first you might do this. Okay, that's what we want to, that's what the lesson's for, to work away from that. So you want to just take that pick and just pick that string. Any type of rhythm, any count, as slow as it might be, you want to get that picking of that certain string clean. And it's not muddy like that, it's perfectly clean. Okay, and then once you do that, you want to move on to the next string and get that rhythm down. Now this is a little bit trickier now because you have this string surrounded by two other strings. So it's going to be very common to, do this. So you're going to have to look at that string and just pick it. So if you're sitting here just like this, going really slow at first, that's totally fine. So you want to get that rhythm going and then jump down to the next string. And again, I'm not even using this hand. And you want to get that string picking clean too. Okay, and on to the next strings. And then what you eventually want to be able to do is just like do 2 picks per string like this. And on and on. And then your end goal for that, before you're even using your fingers, is you want to be able to maneuver all the strings, and you want to be able to pick each one with a perfect rhythm. And you can do that even if you're sitting down watching TV. It doesn't matter. Just sit back on the couch, do your thing, and just get that picking down of that single note. Okay, now on to the left hand. So you can't even really at this point really even worry about the left hand and what you're going to do with it. But something you can do is like a building block, is you can take your fingers and just hold them on, just take your 4 fingers like this and hold them on the strings. Like this, see? It's always 1 finger per string, like that. Okay, you don't want to hold it like this or like this. It's always 1 finger per string. And what you can do is just squeeze, just kind of push down. Do that a couple times every day. Or even if you do want to practice your string picking, you can do that. But my suggestion right now is just to hold the strings like this, all 4 at the same time, and just give it a good little squeeze on the strings. And what that does is it tightens your fingers up, and it starts to form calluses, and that's where you get your ability to play for a long time without hurting. So here we go again. Your basic lesson is to start forming a rhythm just on 1 string while you're sitting back watching TV, watch cartoons, whatever it is you watch. You can just do that and just to where it like becomes just ingrained. And then again, when you're listening to music, hone in on that rhythm. You want to hear that bass drum or that snare in the song, and you want to just start letting your mind just bounce off that note. So I hope that'll help you out a little bit. Good luck. Good playing. Practice. Practice makes perfect.